Okay, I gotta answer this one. What's the worst advice you ever received? I know exactly the worst advice I ever received. I was working in an engineering place in Detroit, young guy, 20, 21 years old. I had my vacation coming up. These are the days you had a week's vacation, or 2 weeks, I don't remember what it was. But you didn't get paid for it. You just got the time off. That's all. That's what the vacation was. So I took my vacation, living in Detroit, and I wanted a little adventure. I wanted to go to Miami, Florida on my vacation. But I did not want to fly there. I wanted to hitchhike to Miami. Well, that's exactly what I did. I hitchhiked. I had to take a bus out of Detroit because that's the way people thought in Detroit. Nobody picked me up for a ride. So I had to take a bus out of Detroit to the next small town. Then I got a ride. Well, about the second or third ride on the way to Miami, I hooked up with this guy who owned horses at the racetrack in Detroit. Anyways, I hitchhiked all the way down to Miami. Then I reconnected with Sharon, who I knew in Detroit, and I flew back to go back to work. So I went back to work, and I was in the engineering shop telling people what I did on my vacation. And I told them, I said, I hitchhiked to Miami. And one guy looked at me like I was nuts, and he said, "You can't hitchhike to Miami." And I looked at him, I said, I just did it. So that was the worst advice I ever got, that I shouldn't hitchhike to Miami after I just did it.